We got a young black over here, age 18. He look like he's 35. He look like he's drinking a Hennessy and a Sprite every night.
Well, she's the best girl I've ever had. I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
Union 121. Wait, 18, Roger.
Welcome to Don't Talk About It. I'm your host, Julian Portier, and if you would like to talk to us or contact us or have any questions after the video, please contact us at takethatproductions@gmail.com, and you can leave any comments you have below. Also, there are going to be links below taking you to all the sites where you wouldn't want to get a hold of us. I'm here with Gregory Spinks, and we are going to be talking about traffic tickets. I know, scary stuff. So, Gregory, I assume you've had traffic tickets before.
I've been pulled over. My experiences more with tickets are fix-it tickets, which is pretty much I have a certain amount of time to get something fixed before I have to pay an outrageous fine. Mm-hmm. And so those differ just a little bit than just write out like, here's a ticket, pay the fine, and then you're done.
Mm-hmm. And so in your experience, usually, so you've never received like a speeding ticket or something like that, of that nature?
No, I have not.
And in your experience, usually, what is your experience with the officers in question when they come forth to give you your ticket?
Well, first I'm just gonna put this out there. I'm a person of mixed race, and so I kind of have to, depending on the officer's race, I kind of have to form myself into his race so I can talk to him correctly, so it doesn't seem like I'm being belligerent. And so usually when I get pulled over, I turn my car off right away. But I always watch the police officer either in my rearview mirror or in my left side driver's mirror. And so as soon as they get out of the car, the first thing I always see them do is unbuckle the button on their gun and put their hand on their gun as they're walking to the car. Why? I have no idea. I also, my driving record is clean. I never have a problem with that. I've never gotten into any accidents, so I have a clean driving record. Then they'll come and talk to me. I kind of feel like the cops are like, oh, he's black, we got one. Mm-hmm. Like walking up to the car, like, yeah, I don't get this ticket, we'll take him to jail, we can get paid. That's it. Like, I kind of feel that's how it is all the time. Mm-hmm. So I always have my window rolled down. Usually when they ask for my license, registration, insurance, I make sure to take my keys out and set it on the dashboard. Because then that, I guess, to me, shows them that, okay, I'm trusting you enough to put my keys up here, I'm not going to run. And so usually by that time they're like, buckle their gun back and get my stuff and then go run my information. The past two times that I have been pulled over, after the police officer has taken my information or my driver's license, my insurance, and my registration, and goes back to the car, it seems as if they're like double checking and triple checking my information. Because since I have a clean record, since I've never been to jail, since I don't have any driving infractions on my insurance or my driving record, pretty much, it seems like they're sitting there like, hey, I'm not saying that all cops do this, but I'm just saying that this is what it seems like. Like, he's black, there's no way he can be this clean. Mm-hmm. And so then they'll come back and tell me, okay, well, you need to get this done, blah, blah, blah. You have like 4 months to get it done. If not, then by this date, you have to pay this fine. Like I said, might have been more fix-it tickets than they have been like actual tickets.
Right. So like fixing tickets is in like your brake lights are out or something like that.
Yeah, brake lights, headlights. One time, another time, my registration was like 4 months expired. So stuff like that.
Now, this seems interesting for something like a brake light being out or your registration being expired. You have to see an officer with his hand on his gun. How does that make you feel? I mean, a gun is a deadly weapon, and yet the officer is coming up to you, approaching you with his hand on his gun, unbuckled. How does that make you feel for something as simple as a broken taillight?
Yeah, extremely. It's terrifying, especially since number one, being of mixed race, I'm not seen as being of mixed race. I'm seen as being ethnic black, pretty much. And so, number one, that's already scary when I see a cop. Just even if I have everything handled. And so number two, if he's coming out of the car with his gun out, that's already an extra threat. And so it's like, you have to try so hard to not show your fear and like still talk respectable to them, even though they have a threat of I'm gonna shoot you.
Exactly.
So
you're feeling threatened. You're going through this extremely threatening situation, this scary situation, and you're put into it for something as petty or as trivial as a broken taillight. Now, you were talking earlier about the fees, the exorbitant fees, for something like, once again, a broken taillight. How much are these fees?
If you don't get it done within the 4 months that the last officer gave me 4 months. I don't know if that's the average time or not. But if I didn't get it fixed in 4 months, and then actually with fix-it tickets, what you do is you have to get it fixed and then pay the $25 fine at the courthouse already. And so that kind of keeps it off your record, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me. But yeah, so within the 4 months, if you don't get it fixed and that date hits, then you owe, I think it was like $645.
$645.
Yeah, just for a traffic infraction, whatever it was. But to me, that seems extremely steep just for something that you can go to a store and pay $10 just to plug it in.
More importantly, it seems extremely steep for California's penal code. An infraction is not supposed to exceed $250 on the California Penal Code. So do you have any idea why they would charge you $600 for an infraction?
No. That time was a taillight. Yeah, that was a taillight. So
just a taillight, $600. One infraction, $600.
And so I had my my tags were up to date. I had insurance. My license was up to date. Yeah, so it was just my taillight.
That's more than double the amount that you should be paying under California state penal codes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he had 4 months. He gave me 4 months to get it fixed, or I had to pay this fine.
Now, there's another question. You also have to pay a $25 fee for actually fixing the problem that you had.
Yeah, to me, what I realized about the fourth time I had to pay that, it was like, so after you get it fixed, you take it to either the police station or the CHP office, and they sign it off, showing that you fixed it, and then you have to go take it to the courthouse and then pay the $25 fine. To me, it's kind of like, okay, I got it fixed, here's $25, bribe,
Greasing the wheels.
to get it off of my record. And so
you're saying that it seems like it's more like a monetary business. It's a money-making scheme.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with you on that. I have to say that it does seem like a money-making scheme. I mean, we know that the police directly benefit. They gain direct money from traffic tickets, from all sorts of traffic tickets. They directly benefit from it, and they are the people who are enforcing it. So if you directly benefit from something that you are enforcing, you're more likely to enforce it in a way that benefits you. For instance, they're going to pull you over for a broken taillight, and then you have to pay money for a broken taillight, which you probably would have fixed if you had the money to begin with. So that makes it harder for a good person to do a good thing. I mean, couldn't they just pull you over and say, hey, your taillight's broken, I'm going to need you to fix that, and then you fix it?
Yeah, and he didn't even
Not have to pay a $25 fee.
not even pull me over. He could have just been like, rolled his window down and be like, hey, your left tail light's out, AutoZone's down the street, go get it fixed. Like, I know that sounds like a lot when you're driving car to car, but even if he's just like, your tail light's out, go get it fixed, then that seems
more in the benefit of public safety.
yeah. But he was really nice. He was actually Hispanic.
Even though he took your money.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. But
That's an important thing to say. He was so nice, even though he took money from me that he shouldn't have been taking money from me for.
Yeah, but he was like
Really, really polite stick up.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll put it that way. And
The way you're explaining it reminds me of an episode of Bob's Burgers where there's a guy who's robbing a bank, but he's really, really cool. And so when he robs the bank, everybody's kind of friends with him after he robs the bank. But he robbed the bank. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's kind of, you're saying he's nice, but he's taking money from you. He's stopping you and taking time out of your day and your schedule. Now, do you think, I know most people say, well, that's their job, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But is it really?
I don't think traffic infractions like that are their job. I think that's more like code enforcement. I think that would be their job. Like if code enforcement was like, I don't know, because if they were given the ability to pull people over, I think they would abuse it just as much as police officers would. And so,
well,
it's.
I see what you're saying, and I see where you're going with this. I just wanted to point out, in the state of California, the state of California admits to making close to $500 million each year off of traffic lines alone. And most calculations based off of what you get from the information you get from cities and courts, it's closer to $3 to $7 billion the state of California gets off of traffic enforcement alone. This money is distributed to the police department, and it is distributed to the court system as well. Now, mind you, in California, you do not have a right to a jury trial by jury, which is a constitutional right. You do not have a trial. You do not have a right to a trial attorney. So you are not given an attorney for free, which is also a constitutional right. And this is an interesting thing because it directly benefits the police officers who pull you over, and it directly benefits the court, because the judges and the commissioners are paid by the state. It directly benefits the court to find you guilty if you choose to go ahead and contest that ticket. And what you're saying about maybe it should be code enforcement is creating a better way to enforce these traffic laws. Wouldn't you? I mean, I'm asking, but wouldn't you think that maybe a better way to enforce it would be to create like a traffic enforcement agency that's sole purpose is the enforcement of traffic laws, and that the money does not go to that particular agency. The money from what they get from the traffic enforcement does not go to them, so there's no direct benefit for their actions.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because if there was a certain group to do that, to enforce traffic laws like that, and not directly have that money come into their accounts pretty much, then yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because then that way, I think that'll keep corruption out of it.
Well, one last thing about the $250 infraction limit. There is a limit. So for the infractions, they don't actually cost more. So like for instance, your infraction, the tail light out, doesn't actually cost $600. They actually put other stipulations. They put traffic. I'm sorry, I have to increase the amount. They put penalty assessments onto your ticket, which are little extra, basically minuscule fees that add up to a ton more money that the state all continues to get, that the state and the government and the city, they all get. So you're actually not being fined $600 for your ticket. You're being fined for a whole bunch of other stuff that they want to put in, other assessments, penalty assessments, 10 up to 10 now, when it used to be about 10 years ago only 1. And that increases your fine. So it seems more like a money-making scheme. The more you look into it, the more it just seems like a money-making scheme. They're taking away your rights, they're taking away your ability to, you're taking away your money, and you already pay taxes. How do you feel about that?
It kind of hurts a lot, kind of, because it's like when you are doing well, when you're being a productive member of society, and then you get stuff like this on top. Like, okay, you have to do this. If you don't, then you have to pay this. But you have to pay this anyway because you have to get it fixed. You have to get it expunged from your record. And so it's just kind of almost like betrayal. Like that's what it feels like.
I agree. Well, this has been Don't Talk About It. I'd like to thank our guest, Gregory. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. And if, once again, like I said, if you want to contact us, go ahead and leave some comments in the comment section below. And if you could go ahead and go to takethatproductions@gmail.com. Go ahead and contact us there. And this has been Don't Talk About It. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Have a good day.